6'6" senior guard from Fresno, California, number 4, Jalen Green. A 6'4" senior guard from Chicago, Illinois, number 25, Amari Burnett. A 6'10" junior forward from Atlanta, Georgia, number 13, Frank Anselin. And a 6'10" senior forward from Antelope, California, number 33, Coleman Hawkins. The assistant coaches are John McCall and Anthony Gonzalez, and the head coach of Prolific Prep is Joey Zuko.
As you just heard, the starting lineups for both St. Louis Christian Academy out of St. Louis, Missouri, and Prolific Prep out of Napa, California. This is a grind session matchup presented by Tanager Sports here in Champaign, Illinois at Centennial High School. We will be playing 20-minute halves. This is the only game we've got tonight, and one again tomorrow at 6 o'clock between Prolific and Aspire Academy out of Louisville. It'll be Anselm and Falarin for the tip. And that's won by St. Louis. Ball brought up by Marjok Okado, goes by MJ. As it's a new look St. Louis Christian team here is what they had last year. Backdoor pass to the freshman, Vashon, no good. Frank Anselm on the rebound up to Namari Burnett. Namari somewhat local to the area. As a deep three, good for the Illinois commit, Coleman Hawkins. Big applause for Coleman on the introduction there, as he did recently sign his national letter intent to Illinois. Jalen Green, the unicorn, lost it on the fast break. The crowd was ready for a throwdown, but he lost the handle. Crowd definitely buzzing off of that one as MJ up the other way for St. Louis. 3-0 on the early lead for the Prolific Prep crew. Jordan Nesbitt takes the deep two off the dribble. Good, Jordan Nesbitt. Nesbitt improved tremendously over the summer playing in the Ramey League in St. Louis. Really developed his game as the ball on the wing to Coleman Hawkins. Coleman 6'10", 6'11", plays like a guard. He can do it all. Jalen Green, top-ranked player in the country with the pass. Backdoor to Coleman. Good look to Namari, lethal from three. Coleman again, no good. Rebounded by Nesbitt. Skip pass, stolen. Jalen Green bounces to Namari. Lost control. Mawat Mack got it and stolen by Nesbitt. 3-2. Prolific on top. Nesbitt gets set up for St. Louis. New coaching staff for Prolific this year is Joey Fuca, on to replace Billy McKnight, who went on to Oregon, I believe, or somewhere in Washington to coach and do different things. Got a family now. Hope Coach McKnight is doing well. Screen set by Anselm. Lob it to him. Inside goes to work, gets hit, and basket good off the putback. Coleman Hawkins, he's got all 5 of Prolific's points. Cato, guarded by Green, has the screen. Now the double team. Falarin takes the three, no good. Other way for Jalen Green, number 3 overall player in the country. Deep three, long. Prolific, top 5 team in the country based off rankings just put out. St. Louis going to have their hands full tonight. Double screen up top. Nesbitt, good look inside to Michael Falarin. Goes up against Hawkins, and they're going to call him for the foul. Michael Falarin, the 6'10" junior from London, England. A new addition to the St. Louis squad. He's at the line shooting 2. Not able to convert the first, as a little strong here. As mentioned earlier, this is the one game tonight. We will have another tomorrow, 6 p.m. Central. Prolific Prep will take on Aspire Academy, the Wizards out of Louisville, Kentucky. With Namari into the corner, Mawat thought about it, fakes, kicks it back to Coleman. Coleman has his big man doing work inside. Nice backdoor look. Namari goes up and foul. Goes down hard. That's a good sportsmanship. Nesbitt tried to help him up there. So Namari Burnett, recently committed to Texas Tech University. Namari good on the first. And he knocks them both. 7-2 lead. Prolific on top as they get the full court press here on St. Louis. Nesbitt gets it across and met by a triple team. Wide open three. Gets it to go. Number 32, Mayan Main. Cuts the lead back to 2, but the 3 good. Namari Burnett cannot give him any space, as Namari a knockdown shooter from anywhere on the court. So that's our first timeout called by St. Louis Christian. They trail 5-10 here with 16:37 remaining in half number 1. And we're back from the St. Louis timeout. They've got the ball. Met by, actually the pressure backs off here. Mag gonna wait at half court for Nesbitt. Contested 3 for Nesbitt, it's good. He has 5. First 3, as mentioned, that 3 game changed quite a bit over the summer. Jordan really put in the work, and it's showing off here early. Namari on the miss, and rebound Nesbitt. Even numbers going. Pass into the corner, MJ. And Nesbitt will reset back, guarded by Mag. NBA 3 for MJ, and they're gonna get him with the travel. Bounced his feet before taking the shot. So St. Louis Christian got to be happy only trailing 2 here in the first 4.5 minutes or so. As Coleman had a shot, pass deflected, and MJ Okado with the steal. He's a high flyer, and MJ with the slam. All tied up at 10 off the fast break from Okado. Coleman goes in, draws the contact himself. Good take by Coleman to get inside, get the contact, and Prolific gonna huddle up on that. But what a take by MJ on the other end, going against the big Coleman Hawkins, creating space and slamming it down. And Coleman's first, strong off the back. As we get our first substitution of the game, Mawat Mag out. In comes Falou Cisse. And we're going to get a travel on Falarin. If you're St. Louis, you cannot give up these basic turnovers here. As Prolific deep on the bench, a lot of D1 talent, they will take advantage of it. Kamari guarded by the freshman, Rashawn. Jalen step back, fadeaway, it's good, Jalen Green. Jalen on the board with his first bucket to give Prolific the lead. Man defense here. Is backdoor pass just barely fits in for Nesbitt, as we're going to get some extracurricular activity underneath the basket. Nesbitt trying to finish it off. Both teams with 2 fouls. Grind session rules, it takes 6 fouls to be disqualified. MJ in the corner. The pass now back up to Vashon Pottinger. Good help defense there. Somehow ends up in the hands of Falarin. And another turnover. Would have been a block by Cisse. Green off the screen and fouled on the shot. St. Louis with a few turnovers here that a little bit sloppy, and then the fouls. You cannot send Prolific to the line. They're an amazing scoring team. They shoot from all levels of the court. The easy ones here will be a dagger down the stretch. And no good on the second for Jalen. As a Kedu. Guarded by Green. Hands off to Nesbitt. Nesbitt has the screen. Switches on the big man, Hawkins. Main. Pass inside. Nesbitt over the long arms of Coleman. Rims out. Rebound, Cisse. Prolific. Quick in transition. The floater. A foul by Mike Falarin. I believe he's going to be coming out of the game. A couple of substitutions here, one for each team. So Namari back to the line. Already made 2. As that one rims out. So into the game for Prolific. Number 24, Mike Shiravjamps. They call him Mike Mongolia. And Mike Falarin going to take a break for St. Louis. In for him, Justin Neethling. As Namari able to make the second ball, 3 of 4. Full court pressure here from Jalen Green. MJ into the corner. Good defense by Mike. Vashon has the lane. And they call him for a travel. Never saw him pick up his dribble. But again, these silly turnovers here are going to cost St. Louis. As Vashon had a lane to either get fouled or make the layup. Amari drives in. Handoff to Anselm. He had a floater if he wanted it. So a couple of sloppy turnovers here by both teams. Prolific not going to take it easy on St. Louis. Full court pressure. Nesbitt thought about the back door. Cisse shuts that down. Spin move, nice for Okedu. And a little strong rebound, Burnett. Jalen Green takes the quick pull up from 3, strong. The good hustle by Maine. Leads to Vashon's rebound, handoff. MJ blocked by Cisse. Jalen Green with the slam. And they're gonna say he's fouled. So missed the dunk. Coach Ottenrith of St. Louis visibly upset as he doesn't believe Maine even touched him. So from this angle, I didn't have the best view, but I didn't see the contact either. Nevertheless, we're shooting 2. Jalen Green at the line. Hand seems a little sore from the slam. First one no good for Green. And into the game for Prolific, Mawat Mag giving a break to Frank Anselm. And good on the second. MJ up top, waiting for Nesbitt off the screen. Thought about the shot, gets deflected out, and it's the other way, Prolific. Let's get past Jalen Green. Guarded by Maine. Wide open, no good, Mike. Sheriff Jamps. As Nesbitt with the spin, takes the 3. No good, would have been a highlight. Underneath, stolen by Nesbitt. Gets the pass up. Vashon now, 3-on-1. Goes right at Mac Sheravance and 1 for Vashon. So that gets Vashon on the board with a chance to make it 3, as it's currently 15-12. St. Louis trailing as Sheriff Jamps out of the game. Bringing in for the first time Jordan Pope, number 1. And not able to convert, but we're going to get one more shot because of a lane violation. And misses again. Maine comes down with it. Up to Namari. Gets past Vashon. Strong take off the glass for 2, Namari Burnett. Burnett up to 8 points, leading all scorers currently. And Nesbitt able to draw contact on Mag. Mag right up in his face as the two exchange some words real quick. The 4 team fouls against Prolific as MJ caught the ball right at the line, fell over, and had to pass to Maine to save it. But Maine wasn't ready for it. Another turnover going against St. Louis. Have to think they'd have a chance at the lead if they didn't have those turnovers. And Amari gonna get called for the foul, trying to body up the freshman, Vashon Pottinger. So Pope with the full court pressure on MJ. They get it across half. We do have the 30-second shot clocks here. Pass to Nesbitt, knocked out of bounds by Jalen Green. Get it to Vashon. Has a screen now, double teamed. And headed the other way. Foul was on Vashon. Had the double team coming against them and went into the defender. Jalen calls for the screen. Gets the switch. And a timeout was called by Prolific Prep. 30-second timeout. We'll take a quick break. 17-12. Prolific Prep on top. You tuned in to a grind session event presented by Tanager Sports. come back from the timeout. St. Louis Christian up to 9 turnovers here in 9 minutes of the first half. Prolific Prep not far behind with 6, but that's been a huge difference for this St. Louis Christian Academy and why they trail 5 points. Coleman pulls the trigger, no good. Namari goes up high for the rebound, and Mawat Mag gonna be fouled. He'll go to the line to shoot 2.
St. Louis Christian foul, number 10, MJ Okada. His second, team 7th at the line. Number 3, Mawat Mag, shooting 2.
So Mag looking to get on the board here with these free throws. His team with the 5-point lead. No good on the first, but with that foul at number 7, Prolific will be in the bonus for the next 11 minutes. And good on the second. So Maywat on the board. Deshaun on the handle. Pass inside to Nesbitt. Dribbles right at the defense. And they call a travel. Coach Ottenreith upset about it, along with the assistants as well. A lot of contact there. As that'll be double-digit turnovers. And the alley-oop to Jalen Green from Coleman Hawkins off the backdoor screen. 6 points for Jalen Green, the high flyer. And we get a foul on Jalen Green. Every time Jalen Green touches the ball, the crowd lights up. He is a walking highlight. Refers to himself as a unicorn. He is obviously one of a kind. And a turnover, ball lost by McCoy. Jalen, step back 3, no good. Offensive rebound, Jordan Pope. He goes inside off the glass, misses, and Nesbitt able to come away with it. Nesbitt on the drive, right at the defense, a lot of contact. No call, good hustle, St. Louis to get the offensive board. They leave Nesbitt wide open. Rashawn fights for it. Out of bounds, St. Louis. So Frank Anselm back into the game, giving Mag a break. Get pass to Jalen Green, inside Coleman Hawkins. Dribbles himself over to Pope. NBA 3, Namari Burnett strong. He makes those all day. St. Louis can't afford for him to have those fall, as they're letting a lot of contact go. Coleman with the reverse two-handed layup, it goes. He has 7. Oop floater, good for Akedo. Akedo with 4. Pass inside Hawkins. Wide open, Jordan Pope, strong. And another foul going against Jalen Green. So the refs calling the touch fouls there, but not some of the hard stuff underneath the rim. Hard for players to figure out, you know, what's allowed and what's not. As Pope coming out into the game for Prolific.
Prolific prep foul, number 4, Jalen Green.
Jack Wetzel, I believe.
St. Louis Christian is now in the bonus at the line for St. Louis. Number 5, Jordan Nesbitt, shooting 1-1.
So both teams in the bonus now with 9:11 to go. Nesbitt gets the first to fall.
Into the Prolific prep lineup, number 21, Jack Wetzel.
And Nesbitt sinks them both. He has 7. Prolific with the movement around top. Coleman, no good. Rebounded, almost Frank Anselm. as Wetzel pulls right into the game. It's good. Sorry, Jack Wetzel. MJ into the corner, has the screen from Nesbitt. Gets the switch, Namari on him. Kick out, open three for Maine, short. Rebound, Nesbitt goes at Jalen, and good for two. Smart play by Nesbitt to either draw the foul on Jalen, who's racking him up, or get the take like he did as Coleman draws a foul, shooting.
St. Louis foul. Number 32, Maine.
So up to 8 fouls against St. Louis, 7 against Prolific.
Coleman Hawkins, he's shooting 2.
Coleman strong on the first attempt. And Coleman able to make the second. Coleman playing in front of the future hometown crowd. Illinois, University of Illinois. MJ not able to get the roll. Amari goes into contact, a lot of it, no call. And Vashon the other way, pass to Okedu. He loses it. Nesbitt with the miss. A lot of kind of confused what's going on here. There's a lot of contact on both ends and nothing's being called, but they do call the touchy stuff. There's Okedo, guarded by Wetzel, light pressure full court. McCoy on the drive, had the shot, tried to pass it, and now another turnover. Jalen, good luck to Namari for 2. 10 points now as Namari, the first player to reach double digits. And we got a St. Louis timeout, a full timeout, 28-18. Prolific Prep on top of St. Louis Christian Academy. When we come back from the St. Louis timeout, Jordan Nesbitt, 1 point and 3 rebounds away from a double-double here in the first half. As Frank Anselm for Prolific, currently with 7 rebounds as well. Big story for Prolific here, 7 of 14 from the free throw line. So they could be up 17 if they were a little more consistent from the charity stripe. Double team on Vashon. Almost had it stolen, but knocked out of bounds by Wetzel. The ball stays with St. Louis as the shot clock goes back up to 20. Maine over to Nesbitt, fakes, goes inside, and draws the foul. Smart move, Jordan Nesbitt.
Foul. Number 13, Frank Anselm. His first
So Anselm with the foul.
at the line for St. Louis Christian.
That's his
Number 5,
first
Jordan
foul.
Nesbitt.
Nobody really in foul trouble here. Is 2 fouls the most for anybody on the floor, and you get 6 in the grind session.
Into the prolific
So It's 10 points now for Nesbitt as Coleman Hawkins taking a break. And we'll make that 11 for Nesbitt as he sinks them both. Amari calls for the screen from Anselm. Jalen goes baseline, ready to put him on a poster, but the contact from Maine stopped it. And we'll have 2 more free throws for Jalen Green. So that does put Maine in a little bit of trouble with 3 fouls. 6:48 remaining. Jalen gets number 1 to fall. So Coach Ottenrith here has a decision to make because Maine, one of the bigger players on the floor for St. Louis. Green gets the second to fall. Do you risk leaving them in and picking up that 4th foul and losing them the whole second half? McCoy on ball for the St. Louis Christian Academy Cougars. Bashan floater all the way over the rim. Burnett comes away with it. Mike's drive tipped, last touched by the Crew. Nice turnout here at Centennial High School. Fans wanting to see the next Illinois star and the former hometown player, Amari Burnett, who, as mentioned, committed to Texas Tech and signed his letter of intent and scores the 2 as I talk about him. Amari up to 12, leading all scorers. Nesbitt, the one-hand skip to Bashan. MJ floater, no good. Fights for his own rebound. Anselm comes away with it. They got numbers. Jalen for 3, no good. And knocked out of bounds Prolific as Wetzel had a lane for it, but Sham jumps in the way. MJ pass to Maine. Now the 3, good for Okato. His first triple, 7 points overall. Jalen inside and almost put Maine on a poster again. Instead, he's headed to the line. So this crowd going wild, as mentioned, every time Jalen puts the ball on the floor. Jordan Pope into the game, giving Wetzel a break for Prolific. And Michael Falarin back in, giving Maine a break to keep him out of foul trouble. And Jalen good on the free throw. MJ stopped by Hawkins. Nesbitt contested 3. It goes. Janez. Second 3, 14 overall. Amari pulls, rebounded by McCoy. McCoy, pass into the corner, and they call him on a travel. Another call on a travel that I don't fully know that it happened. It looked like he got the pass off before his feet were rolling. These double-digit turnovers against St. Louis, killing them now as they trail by 8. Jalen to Amari. Hawkins on the baseline. Good look to Anselm inside, but got moving before he had possession. It's a turnover. Cato met by Hawkins. As Prolific expecting the switch. Deshaun. Good move on the pump fake. Got Hawkins in the air. Went into him for contact, and now he's at the line for a much easier 2 attempts.
Prolific prep foul. Number 33, Coleman Hawkins. His second, team's ninth at the line. It's double bonus.
And Deshaun able to sink the first.
Number 22, Deshaun Alette, into the Prolific prep lineup. Number 3, Mawat.
So if you're St. Louis and Christian, trailing by 7, 4 to go, you got to be happy about where you're at. Let's make that 6 as the second one goes for Deshaun. But trailing by 6 to the number 4 team in the country. Talked to Coach Ottenrith before the game, and he said they're still figuring things out themselves. So you get rid of those turnovers, and this could be a totally different ball game, but they're fighting through it right now as they force the ball out of bounds there and get it back. Nesbitt with that spin move. This time lost it. And the ball's still loose. As good hustle by McCoy fighting for it out of bounds. But he did touch it last. Now Prolific on the handle. Jalen Green on the wing. Look for Namari. He was already running away. Jalen and Mari played for Team Why Not over the summer. Made it to the Final Four of the EYBL circuit. Corner 3, Namari, no good. Namari been a little off from deep tonight. Deshaun gets it. Contested layup. Strong take from Deshaun. He had MJ trailing. MJ floats when he jumps. And 4-point game, 30-34. Coleman's shot no good. Prolific kind of on a dry streak here when it comes to scoring. Nez, pull up 3, it's good. Jordan Nesbitt. Nesbitt killing it, 17 points, 34-33. St. Louis Christian fighting their way back into this one. So Joey Fuca, the coach for Prolific Prep, gonna put it into that, call a full timeout. As mentioned, 33-34. You're tuned in to another amazing grind session matchup presented by Tanager Sports. I want to remind you guys as well, we got a matchup tomorrow at 6 p.m. Central, Aspire Academy from Louisville, Kentucky versus Prolific Prep. So Aspire led by Jethro Muscadin, who recently signed to the University of Kansas. His team will see if they can take down this top talent Prolific Prep, who only leads by 1 at the moment. 2:48 remain in half number 1. As they start with the ball after their own timeout. Mag hands it off to Namari. Inside, Jalen Green, net by Falarin. And step back 2, good, Jalen Green. Green up to 12 points. Extends the lead to 3. He'll be on the pressure of Okadu. Cato shot no good. Mag with the board up to Namari. Jalen Green trying to get past Okado. Again with the pull-up. It's good. 14 for Jalen as he's finding his groove here in the final minutes of half number 1. Couple substitutions about to come in for St. Louis. MJ's pass almost turned over. Deshaun, another acrobatic layup, gets it to go, and he's fouled. Well, as mentioned earlier, Deshaun, number 22, only a freshman. So a freshman going against top 20 ranked players in the country, not backing down from the battle. As Needling going to come back into the game for St. Louis, giving Florida a break, and then Cato with a break given by Landon Record. And Vashon converts the A1 N1 this time, as he has 9. Namari deep. There it is, Namari Burnett, his second 3. He has 15. And Namari comes for the help. And a turnover. Skip past Namari. Goes up, no call. Coleman, couple of his own boards. Yes. Crazy little series of events there. Maybe 2 or 3 fouls could have been called. Nothing called at all. And Coleman at the line shooting. So both teams in the double bonus have been for a little bit now. Coleman good on number 1. And sinks them both. Pass intended for Nesbitt. They're going to call Cisse with the foul. Saying he pushed Nesbitt, didn't give him a chance to catch it. And that's kind of been the story here. They're letting the big stuff go at the rim, but some of the other stuff they're getting the calls on. So it's Jordan Nesbitt looking to increase his total, get his team back a little closer. They trail by 7, got up to 1 point just about a minute and a half ago. As number 1 goes. And Jaynez no good on the second as it bounces off. Strong one-handed pass inside the mag. Spin move, no good. Gets his own. He was fouled really hard. And they finally call it.
Number 44, Justin Needling, this second at the line for.
So Mawat Mag at the line shooting 2. Good on the first for Mawat. So we're up to 23 fouls here in just the first half, as Mawat gets them both to go. He has 3 points, all of which from the free throw line. McCoy back up to Vashon. Floater from the free throw, no good. Offensive rebound. McCoy for 3, it's good. For 21, Kevin McCoy. 5 points on the lead, 40 seconds to go. Coleman spin around, it's good. It's Coleman with 10 points. Make that 12 points, sorry. So about 10 seconds different in the shot clock and game clock. Neefling pass, 3-pointer, no good. Hawkins on the rebound. Shot clock off. Corner, Amari fakes it. Pass to Hawkins. He goes up, strong take, fouled, and he'll be shooting 2. Want to give a huge shout out to Philippe Doherty, of Prolific Prep for putting together this great event here at Centennial High School. I know he had a lot of help from the staff here and the community and all of Champaign. So shout out Philippe for getting this together to show this area of Champaign and University of Illinois the talent that the grind session has to offer and how good his team, Prolific Prep, is that they've been able to put together. As Hawkins missed the first and gets the second to go. 10 seconds, Vashon met by the defense of Jalen Green. Gets past him, and Hawkins steals it. Took the shot, throws it out of bounds. He had 5 seconds to get down there as he's currently laughing at himself. Thought it said 2, I'm sure, instead of 5. So now 2.2 on for St. Louis as they have a chance to get something off here. Vashon throws it up and off the top of the backboards. With the end of 20 minutes, 48-40, the Prolific Prep crew on top of St. Louis Christian Cougars. We'll come back to you here in a 10-minute break to see how this one unfolds. You're tuned in to the grind session presented by Tanager Sports.
He might be the best player out here, I'm just saying. Next year, he'll probably be, if he's not a top 5. Yeah, top 5. But I mean, he's only a junior. I think he's top 20 right now. Now, with Burnett and of course Jalen Green.
And we're back to you now with just under 30 seconds to go in the halftime break. As a reminder, make sure you come back, tune in for us tomorrow if you can't make it in person at 6 p.m. The matchup between Aspire Academy, the Wizards out of Louisville, and the Prolific Prep crew from Napa that you're watching right now. So currently it's 48-40. Prolific Prep on top, but St. Louis still fighting, sticking around as they are led by Jordan Nesbitt with 18. On the other end, Prolific has Namari Burnett 15, Coleman Hawkins 13, and Jalen Green with 14. So Prolific Prep getting it done on the boards. They've got 26 overall. St. Louis with 19. And currently, Jalen with the ball. He's got 14 points, 2 rebounds, 5 assists, and 2 steals in the first half. As Nesbitt up, full court, no good. Coleman up top, guarded by Maine. Maine with a few fouls here. He's got 4. And right up the middle, Mawat, no good. Put back Frank Anselm. It goes. His first bucket of the game. So he has 2 points and 8 boards for Anselm. And for St. Louis, Nesbitt, 18 points, 7 boards, 1 assist, 2 steals. The story for St. Louis Christian, though, 17 first half turnovers. Cannot happen when you're playing the number 4 team in the country. So 50-40, 10-point lead, Prolific Prep. Minute in is Namari, good for 2. This Prolific team. Once they get rolling, they are hard to stop. One-hand bullet pass from Nesbitt to MJ, no good on the shot. Now Nesbitt's going to get called for the foul with the push in the back.
Number 5, Jordan Nesbitt. His first, team's first.
Gambari Burnett on the point for Prolific. 2-3 zone now for St. Louis. Trying to keep him out of the inside. Still get the offensive board and put back. Jalen Green using that vertical to go high and get the board.
Number 52, Michael Falarin.
So Falarin picks up his 4th foul. Both bigs for St. Louis. Maine and Falarin with 4 fouls, 2 more, and they're done for the night. Green not able to complete the and one. Marjot trying to cross up Green, takes a long 2, no good. Rebounded by Burnett as he passes up to Green, and the 2-hand slam by the Unicorn. Jalen Green up to 18 points, and we get a 30-second timeout from St. Louis Christian as that lead has jumped to 16. So 56-40, Prolific on top, 17:54 to go in the game. Still plenty of time. If you're St. Louis, you just got to get back into doing what you're doing, force the tough threes. They got to control the turnovers. Where Prolific is going to do what they did right there, fast break, get it to their man Green and put it in the basket. So back from the timeout, St. Louis with the ball. Full court pressure from Green. Deshaun, who had a big first half, stepping up as a freshman. Guarded by Coleman. Acrobatic layup, misses, gets his rebound, goes back up, and swatted by Coleman Hawkins. Namari's pass stolen by Nesbitt, and he draws a foul on Mawat Mag. That's the second foul against Mag. First team foul of the half for Prolific. As Namari tips it out of bounds, intended for Okado. Finally find Okado this time. Pass tipped by Namari, 3-on-2. Coleman finger roll at the basket. His first points of half number 2. He's got 15. Marjok into the corner. Rashawn wide open 3. High arc, it's good as he blows a kiss to Frank Anselm. And Anselm with a quick basket on the other end. Nesbitt heavily contested, air ball on the shot. And we're gonna get a carry call. Don't see that too often here on the grind session. Into the game, number 21, Kevin McCoy for St. Louis Christian. And again, it's MJ guarded by Green. Light pressure at the half-court line. Namari tries to come from behind to get the steal, but draws contact. His second foul. Only the second team foul of the half. They're both with 2. MJ gets it to Nesbitt. Mag on him close. Jordan fadeaway, no good. Rebound, Jalen Green. What a pass into Namari Burnett for the slam. Amazing look by Jalen Green, the one-handed dot to Burnett for the two-handed dunk. That is one dynamic duo, Green and Burnett. As I believe it is Christmas Day that Green going to announce which school is going to end up getting him, as Falarin goes up strong and gets fouled by Mag. First basket for Michael Falarin. And that is the third foul on Mawat. So Mawat and Hawkins both with 3 fouls. Only players in foul trouble for Prolific. And Falarin good on the 3-point play. So the lead at 16 started off at 8 at half, so they've been able to double it. Namari fakes the shot, pass to the corner, Mawat. Good for the triple. 6 points for Mawat, his first basket of the game. The other 3 from the line. As MJ goes behind the back, just about lost it. Hawkins dives, good hustle, knocks it out of bounds. The shot clock reset to 20, not sure it should have there. Nesbitt calls for the screen, Falarin on it. Gets double teamed, skip past, Okado. No good. Anselm with the rebound, and we get a jump ball. So Anselm in double digits now for rebounds. So not too much on the point line, but getting it done off the glass. There's Okado on the inbounds. Right inside, Falarin wide open for 2. Coach Fuca can't be happy how open Michael was, right in the middle of the paint. Green, good look inside, Mag. Euro steps and one. Mawat Mag.
Basket is good by Mawat Mag. St. Louis Christian foul. Number 3, Jalen
The foul.
His third, team's third, into the prolific prep lineup. Number 2,
See, they
Kalu Cisse.
might have called out the wrong number there on the foul. Mawat at the line to convert. Gets it to go, three-pointer for Mag. He's got 9. And the pass intended for McCoy thrown out of bounds too high. And back into the game, Mayan Main for St. Louis. He's giving Falarin a break.
Number 32, Mayan.
As Cisse in for Prolific. Jalen Green met by the freshman Bashan. Has the screen from Hawkins. Long two, no good. As Maine goes up strong for the rebound. And Jay's gonna reset up top here. Not much movement by St. Louis. Had a pretty open look. Thought Hawkins was gonna swat it and missed the layup. Green with the jelly, no good. Cisse gets the offensive board and puts it back. Gets fouled in the process.
St. Louis Christian foul. Number 32, Maine.
So the foul is on Maine for St. Louis.
His fifth foul at the line for
And that'll be his 5th foul. So Coach Ottenruth for St. Louis, he's got some trust in his man as he's still in the game with 14 minutes. He's just gonna have to play smart. Knowing Prolific Prep, they're gonna come right at him, as they only have Falarin to match the height of Anselm when he's on the court. As now Jack Wetzel comes in for Coleman Hawkins. Cisse missed the first and gets the second to fall. His first points of the game. As MJ has the screen and lost the handle on the floor. Cisse gets it. He's calling a timeout. St. Louis wanting the travel called before the timeout happened. So we got a full timeout for Prolific Prep. They lead 69-48 with 13:50 to go here in the second half. And we're back after the Prolific full timeout. They currently lead by 21. Namari on the point. Has the screen from Cisse. Jalen back to Namari, wide open. Can't leave Namari open like that, as he will make you pay. 22 points for Namari. Great look inside by Nesbitt, finds Vashon for 2. Vashon has 14, and we're going to get a foul.
Singles foul, number 5.
So it goes against Jordan Nesbitt, his second foul.
Team's fifth.
And that's 5 team fouls, so we're 2 away from the bonus, still 13 minutes. And the game is pass too high for Jalen Green, out of bounds. Cato consistently being guarded by Green here as Green fights over the top. Sean pass to McCoy, he shoots. Wide left, Falarin finds Nesbitt. He goes up strong, can't get it to fall.
Prolific prep foul.
So the foul
Number 2
is on Cisse.
His third.
That's his third foul.
Number 5, Jordan Nesbitt, shooting 2.
And Nesbitt converts the first as Anselm back into the game. Gonna give Mag a break.
Number 13, Frank Anselm.
So that's the first point by Nesbitt in the second half. He had 18 in the first. And he gets the roll on the second. He's up to 20. He's gonna have to get going though if St. Louis wants to get back into this one against Prolific, and they trail by 20. Got as close as 1 point with about 2.5, 3 minutes to go. And Green can't convert the contested layup. Put back no good for Cisse. Knocked out of bounds. Last touch by Prolific. Full court pressure. They try to get it into Vashon. Damari dives, knocks it out of bounds. Into McCoy. He's guarded by Wetzel. Gets it across half, picks it up, not smart, right across the half line. And Falarin over to Vashon, double teamed. Wide open 3, McCoy can't get the roll. That's 2 he's missed now. Anselm's pass, no good. On the turnover, McCoy tried to oop it to Nesbitt, and Frank Anselm with the long arms swats it out of bounds. Vashon finds MJ. MJ's floater short off the rim. Cisse comes away with it. Damari off the handle, has a screen from Anselm, gets inside, tried to do the bounce pass to Anselm and out of bounds. I don't think Frank saw it coming. Damari with 3 threes on 22 points. Nesbitt wide open, not gonna miss that one. And we get a timeout by St. Louis as Nesbitt gets his 22nd point. That's a full timeout, so 72-54, Prolific Prep on top. You're tuned in to a grind session matchup presented by Tanager Sports.
Here's what I want. I want you taking the ball out of bounds. I want you two splitting. I want you already in deep corner. You get to here to half court and ready to set the screen. We call twist. If you get a good screen on the first one or you don't, turn around and re-screen. Set him up. Get the first screen and come back to the second screen. Understand? Get down good. Get down good. All right? Everybody else, if your man steps, cut. It's like you did when you cut to the basket. If not, stay ready, shot ready in the corner. You understand that? Let's see if we get a good look out of it. Okay? If we don't like it, we back it out and go 40. But we're picking and popping. On 40, we're picking and popping and reversing. You understand that? All right, let's go. 1, 2, 3, defense.
Minnesota and Akron are the only two Midwest ones. The Minnesota ones are on ESPN, so I don't know how hard it's going to be.
And we're back from the timeout as you got a glimpse into St. Louis Christian's huddle there with Coach Casey Ottenriff. Good defense by McCoy, knocking the ball out of bounds. Still with the 2-3 zone for St. Louis. McCoy coming out high to meet the ball. Good extra pass. Green off the glass, 2. Nothing you're going to do about that when Jalen Green comes. He has 20 now. Pass to the wing. Falarin thought about it. Drives baseline, gets stopped. Nesbitt now, super contested 3 and shot it like he's wide open. 25 points for Jordan Nesbitt, leading all scorers. As him putting the ball in the net is what it's going to take for St. Louis to consistently stay in this one. And we get a travel called on Jalen Green. So Hawkins back into the game, giving Jack Wetzel a breather. Hawkins has 15 points on a few three-pointers. Trying to show the Fighting Illini what they're going to get next season. As Falarin's pass stolen, and they're going to call Nesbitt for the charge. Sorry, they call Falarin for the charge. As he'll check out. And back in will be Mayan Maine. Maine has 5 fouls. So the 2 big men for St. Louis, both in foul trouble. Inside, Jalen finds Coleman for 3. And off. Rashawn gets it. 3 on 2. He goes at Cisse. And a putback, no good for Nesbitt. Jalen, 2-hand slam. St. Louis didn't even think about challenging that one, as it wouldn't have been a good idea. And we get a foul on the other again against Anselm, I believe. As Nesbitt goes right at, Cisse on the foul. Nesbitt goes right at him.
Jordan Nesbitt shooting 2.
Nesbitt, a rare miss from the line there. As Namari Burnett back into the game. And able to convert the second. 26 points, Jordan Nesbitt. Green looks inside. Coleman with the pass back to him. What a crazy layup, Jalen Green, as he's starting to feel it. 10 points here in the second half, 24 total. Sean gets into the lane, kicks it out. MJ drains the 3 in Jalen's face. Second 3 for Okado as Namari tries to match it and air ball. Lead at 17 currently, 78-61, prolific on top. Deshaun gets the switch, big man on him. Mari waiting for the help. And a good look for Rashawn, drawing another foul on Anselm.
Number 13, Frank Anselm, his second team 6 at the line for St. Louis Christian, number 22.
So the freshman, Deshaun, 14 points. Going to be a big part of this St. Louis Christian team this year as he's having to step up in a big way tonight. Strong on that free throw. But able to make the second. 15 points. Deshaun is Green has the screen. Backdoor pass. Coleman Hawkins for the easy 2. Deshaun, there's that floater off the glass and good. With Deshaun and Nesbitt doing most of the work for St. Louis in this half. As Green gets it stripped by McCoy. And now we're going to get a jump ball, which will stay in favor of Prolific. So next foul by either team will put them in the bonus. Hawkins to Green. Quick 3, strong. Rebounded by Nesbitt, and we're going to get another foul. Foul is on Frank Anselm, his third. So 2 quick fouls for Frank. And now it's the 1-and-1 for Nesbitt. So Frank takes a break. Mag back in.
St. Louis Christian is now in the bonus at the line. Number 5, Jordan Nesbitt, shooting 1-and-1.
So nobody over here on Jalen Green at the half line. If they miss, he's wide open. And first one good for Nesbitt. As McCoy comes over on Green now. This is the second rebound, Coleman Hawkins. Damari takes the 2. And we get a foul on Deshaun.
That's Maine's 6th foul into the St. Louis Christian lineup, number 52.
So both teams in the bonus now. Damari at the line shooting the 1-and-1. Sorry, shooting 2. So Damari hasn't been as knocked down from 3 tonight as usual. Still has 23 points overall. We'll make it 24 after the second one. We know what he's capable of here on the grind session as he looks to light it up for Texas Tech next year. So Rashawn tried to use the handle to get a shot. It was pretty contested. Nice pump fake by MJ, but Damari stays in for the block and can't finish the slam. MJ left-handed. That's blocked by Cisse. And Jalen Green, what a dunk. Crowd is on their feet for that one. It's almost like McCoy didn't want to bother, as he might have been able to get his hand on the ball. As you see here, the crowd absolutely loving Jalen Green. Nesbitt now shoots. Coleman got a hand up, and Coleman almost had a wide open dunk. Nesbitt with the good hustle to get back. Okado in the corner, strong. McCoy, good hustle, offensive board, put back good, Michael Folarin. Green has the screen. He's feeling it now. Euro inside, and more contact.
St. Louis Christian foul. Number 21, Kevin McCoy.
So Kevin McCoy on the foul. We're in the bonus, so 1-and-1 for Jalen.
Prep is in the bonus. At the line, number 4, Jalen Green shooting 1-and-1.
Jalen makes the first. That's 27 at the moment for Jalen Green. And gets them both. With Jack Wetzel into the game.
Lineup. Number 21, Jack Wetzel.
Gonna give Jalen Green a break. 6:44 to remain. 19 points on the lead, 86-67. Prolific Prep in control. Nesbitt, 3 off the dribble, no good. Rebound, Hawkins. Hawkins pass ahead to Mawat. And ball was still in the cylinder, was probably gonna roll in, but he wanted his highlight too. So basket no good. So Coleman Hawkins currently with a double-double. Jordan Nesbitt only 1 rebound away from having one himself as he gets the basket to go, asking where the foul was at the same time. Wetzel looks inside to Cisse. Good pass through the paint to Mag. 11 points for Mag. Deshaun goes baseline. Skip past to McCoy, thought about it. MJ was wide open at the top of the 3. Deshaun didn't see him. And we get a 5-second call. We don't usually play with that rule here in the grind session.
Number 4, Jalen Green.
But we get the call here now. So turnover again. Wetzel open in the corner. It's good.
Basket by Jack Wetzel.
2 threes make up Jack Wetzel's 6 points off the bench. Nesbitt with the spin, gets past Mag, and good off the glass. What a take. Jordan Nesbitt, 31 points. 31 and 9 rebounds. Jordan Nesbitt is having a night, but his team trails by 20. So don't forget, coming up next weekend, we're going to be in Phoenix, Arizona for the DeAndre Ayton Duel in the Desert. You'll see Prolific Prep there, also top-ranked Dream City Christian, Arizona Compass, Dacian Nix and Trinity International, and many, many more. You can check out the grind session on Twitter for the full schedule that you see here on the screen. If you're in the area, make sure you come out. And as always, Tanager Sports will be exclusively streaming the event here on the grind session YouTube page. So 91-71. Prolific Prep on top. We got 5:12 remaining. Both teams in the 1-and-1. And the way Prolific Prep is playing right now, it's going to take more than Jordan Nesbitt to get St. Louis Christian back in it. Just check the stats here. Jalen Green, 28 points, 6 boards, 7 assists. As for Damari Burnett, 24 points, 5 boards, 5 assists. So Jalen adds 2 more to that total. And now he's at 30. Nesbitt, deep contested 3. Misses. MJ was out of bounds when he saved it. Doesn't matter anyway. Knocked out of bounds. It'll stay Prolific ball. For any Fighting Illini fans out there, your man Coleman Hawkins, 17 points, 10 boards, 5 assists, as we almost get another highlight. An oop to Green. Misses. Mawat Mag says not today on the swat. It'll be Marjak on the inbound. Finds Kevin McCoy. He drives in, and he's fouled. As Jordan Pope about to come back in for Prolific. McCoy at the line shooting. So Pope gonna give a break to Mawat Mag. As McCoy gets the first to fall. His 4th point of the night. And can't get it to fall on the second attempt. Damari up to Pope. Pope now into the corner. Wetzel, it's good for 3. 3 3-pointers for Jack Wetzel. Nesbitt stolen by Hawkins, and Jordan steals it right back. Now it's a foul on Coleman Hawkins. It's a good hustle. Coleman there to get it, but ultimately leading in a foul. That makes 9 fouls against Prolific. Next one puts St. Louis in the double bonus. Jordan has been great from the line tonight. Only missed one or two here or there. As he misses that one. Sorry if I jinxed you there, Jordan. Damari, quick contested 3. No good. Wetzel with the offensive board. Might have got fouled. As Nez goes right at Pope, and layup no good. Michael Falarin, offensive board and putback. Falarin with 9, playing right now with 5 fouls. Green finds Coleman in the corner. Dribbles it out, pass back to Damari, wide open, triple. Cannot do that. Damari Burnett will not miss him. Deshaun double teamed, loses it, and Pope lost it as well. Had Coleman Hawkins running wide open down the court. Wanted to put on a highlight for his city. Deshaun with the ball for St. Louis. Just over 3 minutes remain, 99-75. Prolific on top. MJ step back, and it's Anselm on the rebound. So Anselm draws a foul on Nesbitt. That'll be his 3rd. And still the 1-and-1 for Prolific.
His 3rd, team's 9 at the line for Prolific Prep. Number 13, Frank Anselm, shooting 1-1.
Anselm at the line, shooting the 1-and-1. And no good. Is Falarin able to save the ball from going out of bounds for St. Louis Christian? Nesbitt takes the 3, air ball. Anselm tries fighting for the rebound, knocked out of bounds, last touched by Anselm. He wanted the contact called. So MJ with the inbound. We'll find Nesbitt inside. He goes up strong and one. Jordan Nesbitt. One of the better games I've ever seen Mr. Nesbitt play. 34 points.
Team's 10 at the line for St. Louis Christian. Number 5, Jordan Nesbitt, shooting 1.
and makes the free throw. 2 players for St. Louis, Nesbitt and Vashon, both close to a double-double. Pope long on his 3. Vashon, 8 rebounds, 17 points. Of course, Nesbitt, 35 points, 9 rebounds, and a travel again called against St. Louis Christian, this time on Marjok. Amari over to Pope as Jalen working down low against the freshman. Now they get it into him. Drives baseline. Jalen stopped at the rim. Crowd wondering where the foul was. Nesbitt again from 3, no good. Wetzel with the board. Just 2 minutes remain. Green, no good on the layup. Nesbitt was there for the defense. And Anselm, another board. And a putback. 6 points now, Frank Anselm. Quiet on the point line, but double digits on the rebounds as he follows up the miss from Jalen Green. So it looks like a battle here between Nesbitt and Green. As the oop to Marshak. Good attempt, but a little off on the pass. 101 now to 78. Pope has the screen. Off the glass, no good. Anselm uses the long arm and tips it back. Floater miss. High jump on the rebound to Amari Burnett. Good for 2. Amari splits the defenders. Tried to pass back to Jalen. He was too close, so had my stat here wrong, people. Jordan Nesbitt, 35 points, 10 boards, so he does have a double-double. St. Louis not going to win this one, but a great showing for Jordan as he shows how much he's developed over the summer and how much he can contribute for this St. Louis Christian team. As we get a timeout here on the floor, we'll take a break. 103-78, Prolific Prep on top.
People from Prolific Prep of Napa Christian wish to thank Unit 4 and Paul Douglas for all his efforts tonight to make this a successful game. Paul Douglas from Unit 4.
Guess I gotta watch the show on overtime to find out.
Into the Prolific Prep lineup, number 12, Jackson Portland.
So we're back from the timeout. St. Louis with the ball. 50 seconds to go. Vashon also had a big game for St. Louis. Pass in the corner, MJ dribble 2. Good look for Marjok. 12 points for Okado. I say 80 points against this prolific team is a strong showing for St. Louis. Number 4 team in the country as Wetzel gets his own board and puts it in for 2. So a lot to build off of here if you're St. Louis Christian. As for Prolific, here in the second half, they're showing you why they're so good. As Nesbitt, 2 rebounds there and the points. So make that 37 points, 12 boards. And the ref calls a foul on Okado.
Number 10, MJ Okado. His 3rd at the line for Prolific Prep.
Quite a few fouls called in this game as we got to the bonus quick in both halves. Probably worked a little bit in St. Louis's favor just to be able to slow down the game as Prolific. If you let them get in transition, it's over. Now, granted, 24 points on the difference here. So definitely over now, but Green at the line shooting. And that's going to do it here on the night. Prolific Prep takes the win, 107 to 82. As the crowd definitely got their money's worth here tonight, as both teams going to give each other the handshake line. You've been tuned in to a grind session event presented by Tanager Sports here at Centennial High School in Champaign, Illinois. Don't forget to tune back in tomorrow if you can't be with us in person at 6 p.m. Central. Prolific Prep will take on another grind session team, this time Aspire Academy, the Wizards, out of Louisville, Kentucky. So our player of the game, Jalen Green, as he is bombarded on the court, trying to get an interview, but I don't know if that's going to happen now, as every person in the gym is swarming around him. So player of the game was Jalen Green, who finished with 32 points, quite a few boards and assists, and too many highlights to keep up with. On the other side of the ball, we got to shout out our guy, Jordan Nesbitt. 37 points, got the double-double. So as mentioned, make sure you tune in tomorrow. Matchup Aspire versus Prolific here on the Grind Session YouTube at 6 p.m. Central.
ahead, Marcus. Let's go, Marcus. Man, you can't do it unless you're uniform, fam. There we go, there we go. Let me see it.
Hey, I told you I got
You said, hold on. Why you do it then? Why you do it then?
That's me. I messed up. What's wrong? Hey, little man. Go ahead. Don't leave, bro. I got you with my phone. I'll send it to you.